Sports fans are gearing up at Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
Fender biter. Seen it, covered it. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Big Ten Women's Soccer Conference action kicking off today on the Big Ten Network. Halftime here in West Lafayette, and it's Michigan State 1 and the Purdue Boilermakers 1. Hello again, everybody. Dean Linke along with Illinois Big Ten superstar Jackie Manny. And Jackie, these teams are young, but they can play some pretty good soccer.
They can. We saw that typical Michigan State style where they like to counter and transition quickly. And then Purdue, they did a really good job of building out of the back, finding some different opportunities. They just weren't able to get on the end of some of them.
All right, let's go to work and show you the first half highlights here from Folk Field.
This first goal from Michigan State, we knew this would be opportunistic for her. It's a long ball over top. They transition quickly. A great ball over Purdue's back line, and Cameron Evans tracks it down, uses her speed, stays aggressive with this ball, and then gets on her with her second touch.
Phenomenal pass here from Danny Steffen.
Again, and that's what Cameron Evans will look for. She'll try to split the center back. She'll try to go on those streaking runs with a long ball over the top, and she does just that. Gets on the end, puts Michigan State up 1-0.
Purdue had all kinds of corners. They were dangerous the entire first half. You knew they were going to get one back.
They did, and they've done a great job getting end line. They haven't had a ton of opportunities, a ton of numbers in the box, but here Melchiori gets end line, gets a great service near post, and Anna Shabanagic gets something on it and slips this ball in between Riley and the near post.
Shabanagic with the equalizer. Melchiori, both players off the bench for Drew Roth to tie it at 1. 11 shots for Purdue. That's one of the reasons we knew they were going to get one.
They were. They've created a ton, and they have to be a little bit disappointed in terms of what they've done with their set pieces. They've had a ton of opportunities off corner kicks, some fouls at the top of the box. So I think that'll be one of the things that they talk about and try to address this second half as well.
Top to bottom, Big Ten women's soccer as strong as can be. We'll have news and notes from around the conference when we return on BTN.
I am the DQ $4 burger in Blizzard. I'm a mini Blizzard and a burger for just $4. Holy cheeseburgers, it comes with a Blizzard, is what people will say. Because I'm not fast food. I am fan food.
Halftime here in West Lafayette. Michigan State and Purdue tied at 1. Certainly adding a lot of notion to the fact that there are no gimmies in the Big Ten this year when it comes to women's soccer. So let's take a look around the conference. Some news and notes, Big Ten style. And there they go, Coach Moynihan's team. They just don't let anybody score.
They really don't. They've been able to really not skip a beat in terms of their goalkeeping status. Mackenzie Wood has come in, 6 shutouts, 611-minute active shutout streak, which is huge.
Lori Walker's got another good team for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Of course, we saw Michigan lose to Indiana after having that 2-0 lead. And I'd say go ahead and add number 10 on there for Michigan State as well. Cameron Evans, she's got 5 goals. The freshman all ready for the Spartans.
She's done a great job for this Michigan State team and really just taking the most of her opportunities.
All right, taking a look at the big picture, of course. Every Big Ten title pretty much runs through Penn State. The Nittany Lions, they always reload.
They really do. They're solid every single year, year after year. Just an incredibly hard team to face and beat.
All games this weekend are on BTN Plus as well, the 25th conference season. We come back, we'll talk to Tom Sexton, the top man for Michigan State, about this 1-1 scoreline.
What do you mean it's not working out, Craig? I mean, I just introduced you to my parents.
Craig and Sheila broke up.
What? Really? Craig and Sheila broke up?
No.
Craig and Sheila broke up.
Oh, that was her.
Craig and Sheila broke up.
Craig and Sheila. As long as office gossip travels fast, you can count on Geico saving folks money.
Craig and Sheila broke up. What?
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Halftime in West Lafayette. Getting ready to start the second half. Michigan State and Purdue tied at 1. So pleased to be joined by the 28-year top man for the Michigan State Spartans, Tom Saxton. And Tom, over the years, you've had some amazing forwards. It looks like you've got another one in Cameron Evans. A nice finish. He's got 5 goals on the season.
Yeah, that was important for us after being bunkered in for the first part of the game, and she just fought for that like we talked about. She's just a warrior out there, and we're excited for her.
Coach, defense has been pretty stingy this year. How do you think they've handled everything so far tonight?
Purdue's been very dynamic and dangerous, and we've got to engage them higher up the field, Jackie, and I think if we can do that, we can maybe keep the ball and create more chances for us.
Coach, you're showing us tonight it's going to be a fun Big Ten season. Thanks for being with us. Good luck in the second half and the rest of the season.
Thank you both. Appreciate it.
All right, Tom Saxton, 28 years, former player there as well. Take a look. Purdue, 10 goals scored in the second half. Something's got to give here. Michigan State just 1 goal allowed in the second half.
That should make for quite a second half game.
Great work by our crew. Something's got to give as you see Evans there, the goal scorer, 5 already. Purdue will have it to start the second half with Jackie Manny, Dean Linke. Delighted to be with you for a couple games here on the Big Ten Network. Lisa Byington bringing home that first one with Glenn Crooks, a thriller for Amy Burberry and the Indiana Hoosiers, knocking off Michigan at home. And Purdue starting quickly here, back across. Purdue's been known to start quickly. They started their season quickly with these young freshmen. Purdue still with it here. Not even 60 seconds in here to the second half, and they almost made it 2-1.
I think they knew that Michigan State was going to try and get out of that bunker system early in the start of this half, and they took advantage, got on the front foot, and tried to get something early here. I think she'll wish that she would have gone for that with her head. It was kind of high for going in for a volley. But we'll see if we can get another look at it.
Meanwhile, Michigan State doing exactly what they did in the first half. They, as he said, withstood some pressure, kind of bunkered in, and they were able to break away and get that first goal, only to see Purdue answer it with some nifty subs from Drew Roth. Now Purdue going back down the right flank. Try to find Jones, and it'll be out of bounds off of Michigan State. Here's that earlier opportunity.
It's a great service in from Skylar Patrick. She gets end line, and if she goes for this with her head instead of flinging her leg up in the air, I think she's got 10 times better of a chance on getting this on frame and getting something on the end of this.
I think the crowd feels exactly the same way that you did. It was Roth, Mia Roth, who just dropped that pass, who was knocking at the door, the freshman from Mission Viejo, California. Still loose. Purdue with a shot. Oh! Off the far post, still loose. Cranking it there was Duarte, one of these super freshmen, as Duarte almost made it 2-1.
We haven't said her name a lot, but she's so dynamic. She takes advantage of these scoring opportunities and just goes for a quick release shot here, nails it against the post. But Purdue all over this Michigan State defense to start this second half.
So the post, the best friend of Riley Ott, in goal for Tom Saxton and the Michigan State Spartans. Feel like we can promise more goals coming in this one, just like that first game. Mentioned the tie-in. Tom Saxton, 28 years. Drew Roth, 4-year starter at Michigan State. A couple of those years with Damon Rentsy, the Michigan State men's soccer coach, is there in New Haven, Connecticut, getting ready to take on Kylie Stanyard, former Michigan State assistant, and Yale. Of course, the Spartans, the only remaining undefeated team in the Big Ten for men's soccer. So both teams playing well. And there's Evans. Evans sitting on 5 goals, a breakaway into the 18. Make it 2-1, Sparty.
Another blue-collar, hard-working goal. She creates this all off of her own effort. Strips the back line of Purdue, and that's why getting big when you're having the ball on defense gets you in trouble sometimes. Takes a bad touch. Cameron Evans strips her, gets a great big touch so that she can get her pace going, and then calmly with the inside of her foot just rolls this into the side netting. And here's another look at the touch that she can take right into that space, gets the defender on her back, and then opens up her hips, gets around the ball, and puts a little spin on that to open up and get it into that side netting on the right.
The freshman now with not one, not two, but 3 braces to start her career with the Michigan State Spartans. 3 games now where she has scored 2 goals. And you said it best, that blue-collar work ethic for number 10 looks to be part of a long line of great forwards for Michigan State. Stefan, who had the assist on that first goal. What a finish into the 18. How many times have we seen players that are juniors or seniors be all alone, feel a little pressure from behind, and hit it to the moon? And she absolutely placed that perfectly.
She did, and that prep touch was key. She's got some pace, and to be able to get that first touch out of her feet so that she can get herself going, get that defender on her back, and then the composure in the box to open up her hips, get around that ball, hit it with the inside of her foot so she gets that inward spin on it is just a ton of sophistication. So much upside to this freshman forward for Michigan State.
2-1. Spartans scored early in the first half, and they scored early here in the second half. Whistle called against Michigan State. Hannah Jones. Jones, a junior from Port Huron, Michigan. Free kick. How good is Sarah Clark delivering free kicks? I mean, she can just smoke it in there.
Purdue just really hasn't been able to take advantage of those set piece opportunities, which has been a huge part of their goal scoring in this first part of the season.
Clark keeps it on the ground. Fighting for it, trying to get to it is Mia Roth. It was Roth who had that dangerous opportunity just seconds into the second half, but could not get her leg on it.
It was a great ball in by Sarah Clark, a nice driven diagonal ball, but awesome job by Michaela Kovacs to body that out, let it go out for a goal kick.
Patrick winning it. Skylar Patrick, 39 seconds into her first ever game, scored a goal to lead Purdue to a 3-0 win over Eastern Michigan. What a perfect way for Drew Roth, starting all those freshmen, to say, yeah, you belong. 39 seconds in.
And this will be a good test for them. First Big Ten conference game. They're down 2-1. They're at home. We'll see what they can sort out.
Duarte, who hit the post moments ago, denied. 11 freshmen part of this recruiting class for Drew Roth, one that was put together right when they arrived here. He was waiting for this class to get here, and you can see why. They look to be up to the challenge. We'll see if they can answer. Another goal for Michigan State. There she is, 39 seconds into her first ever game. Go, Skylar Patrick.
She hits an absolute rocket. She sees it coming, too. You see her streak up the sideline to ask for this ball. And look at the power that she gets behind this shot. So much strength behind it. She means it. And she just gets that nice little tail end spin so that it spins into that outside corner at the very end of that shot. So impressive.
talked about it before. It's like they don't know any better. It's like Big Ten soccer. We're ready to go. And what a great start for Purdue. And, of course, Skylar Patrick, all the freshmen for the Boilermakers. And Drew Roth, future's bright for both these programs.
Go.
Marissa Bova, named the Big Ten Freshman of the Week as she helped Purdue knock off Louisville and Western Michigan. The first 2 starts of the season, replacing Katie Luce, who was on the Big Ten preseason watch list. So not 1 but 2 outstanding goalkeepers for Purdue. Find themselves down here 2-1 as it's the Cameron Evans show. The freshman from Fenton, Michigan, now with 6 goals to start the season.
She just kind of has that nose for the goal. She lines up really well on her opposing team's center backs, and her timing, her ability to stay on sides on those long direct balls that come over the top is so impressive.
Purdue winning so many second balls in the first half, looking for a whistle there as Roth continues to fight. She'll earn the free kick. Card given as the card going to Michigan State's number 13, Biondi.
See this bouncing ball come in. Little nudge from Purdue. She just catches her back heel and kind of trips her up on accident more than anything, I think.
Biondi with the yellow. There's Patrick. Biondi's keeping an eye on. He's getting chippy in that 18. Two-person wall for Michigan State. Purdue been so dangerous on corner kicks, throw-ins, free kicks.
Watch for Kylie Haas at the back post.
It's usually Clark on it. It is Clark. This ball was deflected. Now Clark will get another chance. Here Coach Saxton telling his team to organize defensively, trying to protect this 1-goal lead. A whole lot of soccer left though in this one. One back again by Purdue. Heavy touch is trying to take it back was Danny Steffen. Miss hit by Purdue. First yellow card of the season, by the way, for Biondi. Ooh, tripped inside the 18. Referee saying no thank you. Is jumping up right there, wanting a call, was the talented Kylie Haas. Purdue, slotted ball. Boy, one more touch, I think. One more touch to just see if Tegan Jones could crank it. Instead, she couldn't get a whole lot of mustard on that, and no problem for Ott.
What a ball by Mia Roth here. See a quick turn. She gets around her defender and sees right out of the corner of her eye just a little slip ball with the outside of her foot, and Tegan Jones just doesn't get the right footing to be able to get enough juice behind that and get a good shot on goal.
Do got to give credit, though, to Jones. It was Jones who actually won that ball in the air, dropped it to Roth, and then Jones off of winning that ball and the pass, making the run. Just as you said, though, Jackie, not able to get a whole lot of steam on that shot. Now here's Steffen. She's been dropping dimes early on. As you can tell, the Steffen to Evans combination is going to be a fun one to watch for Tom Saxton and Michigan State. There's Steffen on it again. High school player of the year. Steffen was in Michigan. Was not totally healthy all of last year, which was kind of the story of the Spartans. There's Beyonce. She came in hard, and now she'll come up limping.
We haven't talked a ton about Beyonce, but she's been great in that right back position for Michigan State.
Shot from Steffen this time. Saying, I've passed enough. I'm going to take a shot. Not a bad idea with that left foot.
Saw an opportunity. It came bouncing in. She had some time. And she takes advantage of this bouncing ball, tries to volley it, gets a good amount of pace on it, just doesn't quite get her leg up and over it enough.
Tom Saxton said she has a lethal left foot, and he said it emphatically enough that I put it in all caps. She's a player that has been in youth national team camps for the U.S., so you're seeing those qualities.
She's been a great presence for Michigan State tonight in their midfield. She's been so physical. She's been great on the defensive side of the ball and then takes advantage of those little opportunities that she gets in the attacking third.
Here's a shot and on. I'm not sure if she got her hand on it or if she pulled it back. Either way, a phenomenal shot right there by Purdue as Melke lets it rip.
Takes a great touch, gets it onto her right foot. Hits this perfectly, just doesn't quite get it on frame. But good for Purdue to get that under their belt, get a good scoring opportunity, and try to build from it, because they've had different chances. They just haven't been that great in terms of clicking and keeping possession in their final third and really creating some dangerous scoring opportunities.
Melke already with a goal and an assist as Michigan State whistled for the foul. Coming in there hard was Hannah Jones. So now here's Clark over the ball. Not quite from this distance, but Clark finding Haas with just 9 seconds remaining to knock off Iowa State. She can put it on a dime, driven in. One bounce, though, so not that time, but that thriller against Iowa State was pretty awesome.
Here's that connection between Clark and Haas late in the game for a game winner. She sends this perfect ball into the back post. Kylie Haas gets up and over and drives this ball into the back post for the game winner.
Two sophomores in the midfield. A thriller for the Boilermakers. They'll need more of that magic to tie this one up as Ott comes out. You can see the fans right there, kind of their expression. You can see Purdue's been all over Michigan State trying to get that equalizer, and you can tell they know it's coming as well.
They do, but that's also what Michigan State wants. They want Purdue to get on the front foot, kind of have the possession, get them spread really big on the field, and then as soon as they win that ball, they look for that direct ball over the top, try to find Evans and see if they can get something on goal.
Purdue will try to build it out of their back. Michigan State pouncing here. They're into their 18. They'll take a shot right to Bova. Yeah, you just talked about it, Jackie Manny, as you're on point. Michigan State waiting for their opportunities, and now they're putting some pressure on. Steffen will win it back. Watch her hold the ball. You cannot take it away from Steffen. Turnover back to Purdue is all of a sudden now Michigan State putting some pressure on Purdue with this 1-goal lead. Right side for the Spartans. Herring off the bench for Tom Saxton. He said that Michelle Herring would get in. And the freshman from Freeland, Michigan, getting a run. Madison Van Dyke. She had her hands full last year after Kovacs went out. And the only returner from last year. Now Kovacs back with that knee brace. Now Purdue build it out of the back. You watch this team play, and it's just impossible to believe that there's 8 freshmen from all over the country that just came together and can play this way. That's a pretty good sign of the quality of soccer at the academy level right now for women's soccer. As this one comes across, almost an own goal as Kovacs gets a piece of it.
Those little movements by Kylie Haas in the midfield just to pull out wide, get some space, find the ball at her feet. And here they're just missing that near post run. Mia Ross, she's got to get in the front of that. Michaela Kovacs, center back for Michigan State, has to get her run there. So when you get end line, that near post run is one of the most important to draw the defense out of the center of the box.
Deflected out of bounds. Well done by Skylar Patrick.
Substitution for Michigan State, number 5, Cassidy Vanderbilt. And for the Boilers, number 29, Maya Lambert. And number 18, Hannah Fiore.
So as good as Skylar Patrick has been wearing that number 31 at left back, Samantha White, the freshman for Michigan State, she does play like a 4-year starter. That's exactly what Tom Saxton said about her.
She's been great getting up and down that flank for Michigan State as well. She's been physical in her defensive presence, good timing in terms of stepping.
Samantha White from Pennsylvania. White defensively on that last play. There's Steffen, another great ball. It was so good to see her healthy as she came in with all kinds of accolades last year, but she was wearing a boot for a good part of the season, and she looks like the real deal.
She does. She's just smart with her positioning. She gets in little pockets of space and then quickly turns, tries to find those diagonal balls in, or tries to find Cameron Evans over the top. She's had a huge presence in this game. I think Michigan State's had the better of the midfield play in the second half, and she's been a key part of that.
Yeah, great point. Felt like in the first half, Purdue, even though they fell behind, had more of the play. But here in the second half, Michigan State, led by that player right there, number 3, Danny Steffen, pretty effective. 25 minutes remaining. Here's Clark again. Just showed you that great service to finish off Iowa State. That one deflected away, and we got a lot of soccer left here, but Riley Ott, she's going to manage this game every opportunity.
They're up 2-1. Why not take little opportunities where you can slow the game down just a little bit? And Michigan State likes that in general. Just slow it down and then speed it up in those transition moments when they can. Another great ball in by Danny Steffen.
Yeah, phenomenal. And Evans making a run down the middle of the park. Let's see if she'll get it. Evans is inside the 6. Here Coach Saxton saying, watch the counter. There's White. She'll knock it out of bounds just to slow down that counter. But another great pass from number 3, Steffen, into space. Can tell you that Coach Saxton going to try to bring more players in. Alexandra Thomas, sophomore from Dryden, Michigan, will check into the next opportunity. Here's Steffen again. Evans. Good defense. Back line by Purdue, able to deal with the freshman sensation, Evans. When in doubt, find Clark. Really like the dialogue from both coaches. Tom Saxton extremely active, talking about connecting. Do it here. Herring, that left foot into the 18. Look at Evans turning off that back line. Good idea.
They've been able to get down this right side of the field on Purdue quite a few times. They just don't have the numbers forward when they do cross this ball into the box.
Taken away by Michigan State, stepping up. It's Madison Van Dyke, number 27. She's won the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week already, as well as her teammate in goal, Riley Ott. For the diagonal balls right now into space for both teams have been spot on.
Two midfielders on both teams, and Sarah Clark and Danielle Steffen have been able to pick up the ball, get their head up, and really just ping perfect balls into the wide spaces. I think one thing Purdue is missing is just a target player up top right now that can hold the ball. Mia Roth keeps finding herself a little bit too far off the center backs and just can't really hold anything up top to be able to get her team up the field and get more numbers forward into the attack.
So Lydia Franks will come on as Michelle Herring, who did look to be kind of laboring down that left side, and you saw right there the trainers bringing her immediately over to the bench. So Franks will come in. Franks also has a goal on the season. She scored the tying goal against Washington.
Stay with. Full side, don't leave them.
She has started some games for Tom Saxton.
Exciting to watch on the ball in these wide spaces. She likes to go at players. She's got confidence with the ball at her feet. And when she's up in that attacking third, she can do some special things.
What are you taking head? Come to us. I got it. Again, Lydia! Get out!
Franks ping it long, and we talked about it. Michigan State, part of their game plan, take pressure, and then when they can, ping it long, and then you can hear the coaching staff saying, get up, and go.
Sometimes you'll see that ball over the top and you'll see Cameron Evans go by herself, but in these moments right here where they can actually play a ball, keep possession, get their numbers into the attacking third, they're also able to attack with numbers that way as well.
Steffen with another perfectly squared ball to Cassidy Majoral. Yeah, I got to tell you, Jackie, as excited as we were to see Haas and Clark, and by the way, Drew Roth comparing Haas to Rachel Tejada, who, when she played for him at Illinois State, won the Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year 4 years in a row. And he said Haas can be that kind of player, which are big words because Tejada was on the national scene. But it's been Danny Steffen for Michigan State that I think might be the best player in this game so far. She's been super efficient.
She's just been able to find herself on the ball. She's done really well with her decision making in terms of keeping it with some shorter passes or getting turned, facing up, and finding those long diagonal passes in as well.
It was Patrick who kept it alive. Dangerous. Back across again. Riley Ott going back and forth. Pretty good service in there from Melky.
As dangerous as Kylie Haas has been, she's just had to do so much work defensively. This is one of the first times that we've seen her in the run of play be in the box and get on one of these crosses from the wing.
Drew Roth talking about the fact that if you track the amount of cover that Haas will play in a game, I mean, it's unbelievable. She just never stops.
She's got a huge engine on her. Ton of heart in the way that she plays, and I think she'll be one of the key players in getting back a goal.
There is Haas. Boy, Jackie, you were gonna put that one center stage right there. Perfect timing. Back by the Union senior in the lineup for Purdue. Masellum still loose. Duarte had one go off the post. Lambert, Steffen coming back to do the defensive work. Lambert staying with it. Lambert, Haas was open, both hands out, wanted the ball inside the penalty spot.
1v3 for Lambert on that. I get that she maybe didn't have the angle, but you're right. Haas was wide open in the middle of the penalty kick.
Shabanagic coming back in. The goal scorer for Purdue. Look at that. 18 shots for the Boilermakers, 8 for Michigan State. Yet Michigan State leading it by a score of 2-1 as their freshman sensation, Cameron Evans from Fenton, Michigan, used to play for Flint Powers. The difference, we'll see if Shabanagic, who was coached by Jackie Manny, can come up and answer the call from number 10 from Michigan State, Evans.
She's been able to take advantage of some big goal-scoring opportunities in the last couple games for Purdue.
Plenty of time here for this young Purdue team to get the equalizer. Could come right here. Black jersey there. The story of the game, though, has been number 10, Cameron Evans, who's got 6 goals in her freshman campaign.
She's been so effective on these long ball transition moments. She times her runs really well, stays on side, and then is aggressive, tough, keeps the ball at her feet, and just slats this one home. And then here, just strips the defender, gets a great touch on the ball to get her pace going, and then opens up her hips and slats this ball around the keeper and into the right side netting.
Here she goes again, the BTN standout presented by Auto Owners. Can she get an angle to get a hat trick? No, deflected away. Back in again. Now Franks will try to run it down. Look at the speed here of Franks. A little push, though, and a foul on Franks. We talked about, I love this right here, and I love our crew under Billy Proctor, Alex Pippert. Look at that right there. Laura Hybor, 57, Lauren Hill, 38. They lit up Big Ten Network for so many years, and here we go. Evans looking up at those two, but for the first time, when you think about the fact we got a whole lot of Big Ten action yet to play, if she can put together 10, 12 goals, the great Laura Hybor's record could be in doubt.
It could be, you're right. It's definitely a bright start to this freshman's career at Michigan State.
Yellow card against Michigan State, Madison Van Dyke.
She puts pressure on the ball right here, sticks her foot in, clips her foot. Really couldn't have gotten that ball. It's a decent call.
So 2 yellow cards here for Michigan State. One to Van Dyke, Biondi, and Ott gets the ball first and then knocks down Patrick.
Such a great ball in by Sarah Clark. And Patrick had more time than she thought. She could have taken a touch on that before she put it on frame.
Dyke with a swing and a miss, but there's Kovacs. Franks, good little turn. Evans is open. Far side. Franks went the other way, though. And she'll earn a whistle, and now Michigan State can send white jerseys forward.
It's a well-timed step by Sarah Clark. Lydia Franks has that great first touch in. Doesn't get the ball off of her foot soon enough. Sarah Clark, I don't know if she nicked her. Comes out, looked like clean with that ball, but Michigan State with a good scoring opportunity on this.
Like Biondi, by the way, going back to that yellow card for Van Dyke, first of the season. Steffen over the ball. Kovacs also looks interested, but Steffen's going to take it. Steffen with the shot! And parried away there by the freshman Bova. And Steffen has just shown some cultured abilities here today. She's been outstanding.
Another little tricky set piece from Michigan State. Hits this ball really well. Gets around it with her left foot, puts that swing on it away from the keeper. Great job by Bova to keep that out of the net.
Steffen from DeWitt High School, DeWitt, Michigan. Kovacs. Steffen trying to find Franks. Steffen back to the ground, and they're going to call that against Steffen. They are. Pretty good call. Danny Steffen. Shabanagic. From distance, no problem for Riley Ott. And you can hear the coaching staff saying, easy, take your time. Great start to the Big Ten season, Jackie, Manny. If this is any indication, as we said earlier, it's going to be a fun year in conference play.
It really is. Every game, I think, is just going to be a full-out battle. And I think, again, this year's going to come down to the wire in terms of who's getting one of those 8 top seeds to get into Big Ten tournament play. And I really like how the Big Ten has evolved in terms of style of play, too. We still have that physical battle mentality, but I think we see more and more teams who like to play that possession-style soccer, not just that direct counter physical style that we've typically seen in years past.
One in midfield. That time Steffen couldn't get to it. Purdue put passes together. Shabanagic. And a shot, and you know what? Michigan State will take that, I do believe, Jackie.
They will, and I think that's one of the things that we heard Coach Roth talk about at halftime is just being a little bit more patient in the attack for Purdue. I think they pull up on shots too quickly. They're forcing a little bit too much, and I think if they can combine more, get end line, get those chances where they're driving balls across the box and getting numbers forward, they're going to be able to create some more dangerous opportunities.
Michigan State starting to manage this game on the road against the youngsters from Purdue. It's White. This time Evans hasn't taken away. Dyke to Kovacs. Steffen into space again. Evans making the run down the middle of the park, looking for the hat trick, and Bova denying Evans. Nifty move, side of the foot, and it was Steffen who started the attack.
All game, she's just been able to turn quickly, face up, find that diagonal ball into wide spaces. Cameron Evans almost got on the end of that one.
Franks keeps it alive.
Ball starts from Danny Steffen and then almost gets her foot on it. But great goalkeeping by Bova here. She takes a great angle, gets herself big, stays low, and is able to keep that ball out of the back of the net.
That was a big-time shot, and it was Alexandra Thomas right there, number 16, who served that ball to number 10, Cameron Evans, making you think about the Hybor Hill days. Steffen again. Andy sends it in. Now here comes Purdue out of the back. See and hear Purdue coaching staff talking about getting into the pockets. Paige Liebel, sophomore, into the game. Skylar Patrick. Patrick can hit this. Stepping up, denied there by Michigan State. It was Hannah Jones. Shabanagic had it taken away, and Michigan State up to Evans.
This is illegal. This is illegal. Every time. Right like that.
Here, Coach Saxton believing that Evans pushed in the back. That might be Steffen. If there was any player that might cramp up, it would be Danny Steffen.
Deservedly so, right? She does a great job to use her body. Bodies Sarah Clark off the ball. I don't know if she gets kicked for a little Charlie horse or if she does cramp up through her calf. Looks like just a calf cramp, which are never easy to deal with at the end of the game. Once they start, those things just do not give up.
It's been a good one here, though, in West Lafayette as we take a look at what caused Steffen to go down.
She just cramps up there. I don't think Sarah Clark even makes contact with the back of her leg. Just the end of the game, your leg goes into that full extension. 8 minutes left, and those calf cramps just creep up on you.
Talked about Steffen wasn't totally healthy yet. She still started all 18 games. She had a team-high 6 goals and finished 4th on the team in points with 8. She actually had an assist last year in that loss against Purdue. She was the 2017 Michigan High School Player of the Year, and she is showing you exactly those kind of qualities. Played for the Michigan Hawks and claimed a national championship in 2015-16. She's good, and now she's got somebody up top in Evans, and she's got that defense behind her with the return of Kovacs.
Michigan State's also playing a little bit more out of the back than we've typically seen, so it allows her to get in different pockets of space, get the ball at her feet, turn, face, and create more than I think we would have been able to see her in previous years where they've gotten stuck playing a lot more direct soccer style.
All right, so Steffen's going to come out. And going to bring on number 20, Celia Otis, junior from Maumee, Ohio, St. Ursula High School. Meanwhile, Mia Roth, who had an opportunity to score early here in the second half, couldn't quite get her feet settled.
Purdue's just missing that player that sits on the back line, really challenges Michigan State's back line, looks for longer balls over the top to hold up or run onto.
Here's Haas over to Clark. Good ball. Chance for Purdue to get it in the 18. Here it comes. Denied again by Kovacs. Coach Saxton saying as good in the air as any players he's coached and showing it there.
Good composure out of the back by Bova. To take that touch, see what angle Cameron Evans takes defensively, and then is able to find Julia Ware again on this left side.
That ended up being a better ball than you originally anticipated, but not quite in stride with it was Duarte, who, if you you remember, Duarte hit the post behind Ott. She is number 19, part of this phenomenal freshman class. Duarte from Lake Forest, California. Purdue, 11 freshmen represented by 7 different states. Interesting contrast from Michigan State, led by so many stars from their home state of Michigan. Running out of ideas that time is Sadie Mishevitz. Mishevitz getting in there. Another one of those Michigan players from Holland, Michigan. Shabanagic, the goal scorer for Purdue, will go to the bench. Now back in for Purdue, Melky. You think about all these Michigan players, Jackie, and when you played at Illinois, Michigan State, led by Michigan players, that was part of the Joe Baum regime, who kind of kept an eye on both programs as well. Let's get the best players in Michigan. Let's try to beat the maize and blue as well to those best players, and they've been doing it for a long time. Men's team, Damon Rensing, Ben Pierman, Cale Wasserman, they've got the same mentality, bringing in those Michigan players, and it's worked for Michigan State.
It has. They keep the best at home, and Michigan club soccer is so strong that they have a huge pool to draw from. We're seeing one Purdue change. Skylar Patrick is bumped up top higher. Coach Roth said she might be thrown up top if they need to at some point in the game, and she'll just bring that spark. She covers a ton of ground.
That was Skylar Patrick battling for it. Michigan State just booed it long. 5 minutes remaining in this one. The second of 2 today on the Big Ten Network. Indiana down 2 goals to Michigan, a double overtime thriller to knock off the Wolverines 3-2. And now this Purdue team with 10 underclassmen in the starting lineup, trailing Michigan State 2-1. Of course, it would be a freshman for the Spartans. When you think about those baby Boilers, it's actually a young Spartan that's been the story.
As Cameron Evans has been so big time this entire game.
Purdue gonna try to tie it. Good ball crossed in, still loose. Denied up the line, but then finished by Haas. You knew it was coming. Haas with the equalizer, and we're tied at 2.
Purdue is finally able to get a ball coming from end line. Melky does a great job, slips in this wide space. She beats her defender, takes her on 1v1, gets end line, and then Patrick, who almost has this ball here. Great job by Van Dyke to get that off, but then Kylie Haas, right place, right time, just pokes that second ball in.
So Kylie Haas with her 6th goal of the season. So Evans gets goals 5 and 6 for Michigan State. And now Haas, we were waiting for her to get going, as Drew Roth saying that she's got the abilities of one of the all-time greats that played for him. And you see it right there. Now Haas is pushed from behind. No whistle there, as Riley Ott will have it.
We're starting to see Purdue get on the front foot, start to gain momentum back in this game. And I think a huge part of that is the Michigan State loss of Steffen in the middle.
Excellent point. So now Purdue with that momentum. A little touch there by Haas. Down to the feet there of Mia Roth. Shot, and Ott will pick it up. is Steffen. Gotta believe eager to get back in there. Evans back to goal. She's been effective running downhill. She'll have a chance to do it now as she spreads it out wide. Service in, deflected. Bova couldn't do a whole lot of that. A whole lot with that, rather, as Sadie Mashevich sent that one in. Purdue with a 25-10 edge on shots in this match. And there's Kylie Haas, 6th goal of the season. Haas, a sophomore from Orland Park, Illinois. Carl Sandburg High School. Looks like they're going to stop the clock with a Purdue player down at 1:37 remaining. Boy, that look right there of Evans says it all, right? You're up 2-1, hoping to close it out. And Purdue continues to fight, and they get the equalizer.
They do. They've been all over them. They've had their opportunities. They just haven't really got clean-cut looks in front of the goal. And here's Danny Evans stepping and just lift. She wins the ball, gets all ball, but lifts that leg at the end, which is why the ref called the foul. We haven't talked much about her, but I really like Grace Walsh, the center back for Purdue. She's so composed on the ball, really confident with it at her feet. She's one of the reasons that Purdue has found success in building their attack out of the back.
She's another one of those freshmen, right? Freshman from Kensington, Maryland, sitting next to Julia Ware, a freshman from Frisco, Texas, who we also haven't said her name a lot, but she's going to be good. Both Ware and Walsh have had their hands full, though, dealing with a fellow freshman in Evans. Yeah, that's a good call right there going against as Kovacs goes down. Not liking the call at all was Bea Roth. Youngsters have some spunk.
They do. They've got a ton of energy in how they approach the game. It's a good slipped in ball. She's got pressure. She clips the back of her ankles, though. It's a good call by the referee.
That was Kovacs.
Great positioning by Kovacs there. Bumps her on the run, gets herself between her and the ball. Only way that Roth was going to get to that ball was by fouling her.
Indiana, Michigan went to overtimes. Purdue with 20 seconds remaining to try to avoid overtime. There's Haas, who had the equalizer. Clark will clean it up. And overtime looming here.
10, 9,
no easy outs. Big Ten women's soccer.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And how about that? Through 90 minutes, the baby Boilers and Michigan State, also led by their freshman Evans, were tied at 2 through 90.
I think it was a tale of two different games in terms of first half for the second half. We saw Purdue see a ton of the ball in the first half, kind of lost their possession style in the second half. But hats off to Michigan State because they did a great job at changing things in that second half, being a little bit more aggressive in their pressure, and were able to find more of the ball, find different opportunities.
Bonus soccer on BTN. Overtime when we come back. Michigan State, Purdue, tied at 2s.
Dedication. Attention to detail. And going above and beyond. That's what it takes to do things the right way. With Rocket Mortgage, you can count on us to get your mortgage right. Because when it comes to buying a home, the right way should be the only way. Rocket Mortgage, America's largest mortgage lender and proud supporter of college athletics.
Peekaboo, where's my favorite 1-2? That's math for 12. Hey, who's this guy?
I'm Aaron's agent.
Oh, you're not his agent. Gabriel is his agent. Aaron.
He's my State Farm agent. We just combined his home and auto insurance.
Yeah, well, that's not possible because Aaron doesn't do combines without me.
I do, and they save me money.
Well, I was not expecting to get an arch rival today, but here we are.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
When the entire day of Big Ten football is over, we recap it all. Complete highlights, interviews, and thorough analysis. The Final Drive, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Saturday on BTN.
A colossal triple header of football on BTN kicks off with the Huskers against Troy. Then, the Wolverines take the field at the Big House to square off with SMU. Touchdown! And under the lights, freshman sensation Rondale Moore and the Boilermakers clash with Missouri. Or you'll see other great matchups. A Big Ten football triple header. Saturday on BTN and streaming live on the Fox Sports app.
Friday night, don't miss thrilling volleyball action as Carly Scott leads the Wolverines against Notre Dame. Women's volleyball powered by American Ethanol. Friday at 7 Eastern on BTN and streaming live on the Fox Sports app.
On a very special Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Hey, Sport. You know how we're a college football family. We like to drink Dr. Pepper and watch games.
Yeah. We found this under your mattress.
Soccer.
Everyone is really into it this summer.
It's a gateway sport, you know? First you're watching soccer, next thing you know, you're gonna watch lacrosse.
Look, it's perfectly natural to experiment with other sports at your age.
Easy, Mom.
I even drank other sodas.
What?
There's other sodas?
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
What a start to the Big Ten Women's Soccer Conference season here on BTN. Our first game went to overtime with Indiana winning it. This game's going to go to overtime as well. Michigan State and Purdue tied at 2. Dean Linke along with Jackie Manny and the youngsters delivering the goods today.
He did. Cameron Evans gets on for her second one, and then we saw the equalizer from Kylie Haas, and it's just been a full-out battle in the second half.
All right, let's take a look at the goals here in this one.
We saw Evans get on her second one, but here's the first. She gets a great ball in over the top from Danny Steffens and is able to stay on this ball, keeps it, and then here, Anna Shabanabgish gets on this one. It's a near post run that she's able to finish to equal it at 1-1. And again, here's Evans for her second, strips the back line, opens her hips, slots this one through. So much composure to be able to finish that ball. And then the equalizer late in the game, Patrick gets on this, and then Haas pokes in the second opportunity. Great job by Van Dyke to keep that first opportunity out, but Haas is in the right spot to nail that home to find that 2-2.
Yeah, so Evans 6 goals on the season and Haas 6 goals on the season. And that's why we're headed to overtime here in West Lafayette Folk Field, home to the Purdue Boilermakers. Drew Roff in his 4th season leading Purdue, coming off a 10-win campaign. And speaking of 10, number 10, Cameron Evans, making you remember some of the all-time greats at center forward over the 28-year career of Tom Saxton. She's got 3 braces on the season already. And if you're just joining us, both these teams come into Big Ten play with a 5-1-1 non-conference record. So they had all kinds of momentum, good feelings, heavy adrenaline, and we're seeing it here.
And good for Michigan State, too, because I believe I just saw Danielle Steffen come back on the field for them to be able to solidify their midfield game again.
There's Haas. Steffen back in there. Hannah Jones, number 17. And there's Drew Roff, 4th year after phenomenal success at Illinois State. Take a look at the overtime rules. You score, you win. We got 2 10-minute overtime periods to try to get there, but you knock one in, you celebrate.
Golden goal. These typically go fast. Whoever can get on the front foot quicker, whoever can pin their opponent in defensively, typically is able to put something away early. We'll see if Steffen is back on.
There she is.
There she is.
Folk Field, West Lafayette, Indiana, home to the Purdue Boilermakers, starting 8 freshmen, 2 sophomores. Alongside Jackie Manny, former All-Big Ten midfielder at Illinois, I'm Dean Linke. Bonus soccer, take 2 here on BTN. Here comes Stefan into space. See, that's where Stefan even Evans, as she gets to know her, will know, okay, where's the open real estate? That's where Stefan's going to put it.
Exactly, and you never really want to play the ball and the player through the same channel, and you saw a nice little slipped-in run from Evans there, and Stefan reads it so well. Just a little bit off in terms of pace.
Stefan with the left foot, bending one far side. Evans still there, bouncing around, and corner kick Michigan State. Stefan back out there, and what a ball.
She gets this turn. She's at the corner of the box, uses that strong left foot, tries to find the back post, but just can't connect. Good job by Musellam to be able to get that ball out.
So now here's Stefan again with that lethal left foot. Here it comes. Right in front. Boy, I think if you're Coach Drew Roth, you want your youngster with that ball that close maybe to come off her line just a little bit.
Exactly. She needs to be able to punch that ball out, but Michigan State with a big missed opportunity at the back post. You had Kovacs and Evans free at the back post to be able to get on that ball, and I think it was just a miscommunication between the two to see who was going to actually go after it.
Van Dyke leading it first. So Purdue able to survive the first 2 minutes. You just talked about it, Jackie, man. Whoever comes out aggressive, and it was Michigan State earlier, but Purdue able to survive it. Purdue's last home overtime win in the Big Ten was back in 2009 against Iowa. Great work as always on stats by Steve Shucker. Appreciate his work and the work of our entire BTN crew. Spot on to start Big Ten conference play.
Anna Musellam just got nicked. Slow to shake it off.
Her sister Allie, part of that 11-member freshman class. So Musellam, continue to say that name. I think the biggest question we'll have to ask is whether she also has the flip throw like her sister.
I do believe that they were both gymnasts. I think that's where Hannah originated her flip throw technique. So I would not be surprised if her sister could pull one out as well.
Sarah Clark. Showed you the Clark to Haas drama to beat Iowa State with 9 seconds remaining. Clark probably looking for number 14. Instead, she goes into the 2-person wall and right back to Riley Ott.
Let's keep it around. Maybe you're here black. Let's get there. Danny, get there.
Musellam playing it forward. Running onto it, Patrick, a little shove by Kovacs. Going far post. Cleared out of there by White. One back by Haas. Tracking it down, Grace Walsh. Lisa Bova, freshman from Heartland, Wisconsin.
Play now. Forward, Timmy.
Over 5 minutes remaining here in the first overtime. Trying to find a winner. Michigan State's last overtime win was 2-1 at Purdue in the season finale a couple years ago. Ball served in. Selim knocked out of there by Kovacs.
It's a great clearance from Kovacs. Gets it up and out in the opposite direction that it's coming from. Gets a little lift under it. Talked about how good she is in the air.
Yeah, and it's not like she's rising high in the air. It's just her body positioning, right?
Her body position, she's got great timing on the ball. She plays the attacker really well.
Here comes Evans. 2 already. Referee's gonna let her play. Evans kept alive. Was trying to square it to Steffen and couldn't find her.
She could have kept that ball for 1 or 2 more touches. You saw that frustration afterwards.
Too far for Haas. The pass from Melky.
Michigan State substitution number
right for Evans.
Does a great job. Good battle, good clean battle between these two. I think if she takes 1 more bigger touch to end line, gets an angle on that last touch, she'll be able to draw out that Purdue defender and find a better angle to play somebody in.
Only 1 tie in the series history between these 2 teams. Collision there. They're going to call a foul on Grace Walsh. And you heard Tom Saxton putting in some work to try to earn that call, and he'll get it here.
He's been talking about arms up on his players' backs all game, and that's exactly what you saw here. Walsh does a great job at getting up, but she leads with her elbow, kind of jumps forward instead of straight up, and that's why that ref called the foul. Big scoring opportunity right here for Michigan State.
Got to figure, even though it's over on that left side, Danny Steffen still be over the ball. She will be. Let's see what she can do here. This time she's thinking pass. Good ball in! Denied there by Bova, still loose. Bouncing around, the Spartans can win it, and they hit it. I think a whistle happened before anyway, a little bit of pushing and shoving. So even if Sam Sklarski scored there, I don't think it would have counted.
It's a great ball in. Kovacs does a great job to get on the end of this one. Gets her body around Julia Ware, gets her head on the ball, and then it's just an all-out scramble in the box.
The referee was running in, though. I can't quite figure out what the whistle was before that shot from Sklarski.
There was a Michigan State player on the ground while she was trying to play on the ball.
Good eyes. True midfield. Jackie Manning, 120 remaining here. Evans. Referee letting him play. This time, though, Evans whistled for the foul.
Not happy about it, but didn't really have a chance to play on the ball. Bumped her. It's a good call by the referee.
Kovacs pushed to the ground as Mia Roth with both hands knocking down Kovacs.
Each team is getting a little bit frustrated. Anytime that you see your hands come up in the air and straight out, it's typically going to be a foul. And these two, it's a good, clean start. And then at the end, Roth just lifts her arms, two-handed shove. Definitely a foul on Kovacs there.
How is it, though, that 90% of the time it's still the who me? What are you talking about, right? A yellow card.
On that one especially, that was pretty blatant. This ref, he's pulling out that yellow card just because things are starting to get a little bit out of hand. Lots of physical plays on the ball, and I think once you see a yellow card, things typically start to mellow out a little bit. And here you see Patrick coming in hard. She's got a big swing on her leg, trying to get that ball, and misses the ball, finds her leg instead.
Overtime soccer here. 24 seconds remaining in the first overtime. Michigan State and Purdue tied at 2, as just like the first game, Jackie, looks like, or we're headed to a second overtime here on BTN.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Count it down. 90 plus 10 is 100 minutes. Still, we don't have a winner. Evans with a couple goals for Michigan State. This young Purdue team headed to their second overtime against the Spartans.
That kind of opened up really big, almost turned into a little bit of a track meet, fast up and down the field, got super physical throughout that first overtime, and weren't able to see any real clean goal-scoring opportunities get finished. We saw some scrambles in the box.
Look at that. 39 shots in this one, 17 of them actually on goal. Obviously 4 goals in the game as both these teams have come to play trying to get that opening win in conference play.
I think it's such a big statement for your season. At least that's how you mentally go into this game. You know, it's the first game of Big Ten play. You're so hungry for that first win. I think that's why you see kind of getting chippy out there. There's a ton of passion that goes into these games, a ton of excitement, and that's why you're seeing a bunch of fouls. Just lots of energy, lots of emotion in this first Big Ten Conference play.
Lots of goal-scoring ability. Evans, the freshman, Haas, the sophomore, tied with Allen and Hernandez from Indiana and Michigan, respectively, for the Big Ten goal lead.
Tons of goal-scoring threats between these two teams. And we've seen both of them get on the end and get on the scoreboard here tonight. They did not disappoint.
Tom Saxton, 28 years strong. And loving every minute of it, right?
He's got to be just so excited about this because he's hit a little bit of a rut in terms of his teams the last couple of years. A lot of it has had to do with unfortunate injuries, but he's got to be so excited, especially because of the youth that he has on the field right now. I think there's a lot of upside for his program, and I think he is so hungry for a Big Ten win to open up his conference play.
Wow, Haas, the two sophomores, Haas and Clark, in the middle of the field, helping manage those 8 freshmen, as well as Masellam. Wearing the captain's armband for Purdue as Maddie Duncan just showed Danny Steffen there. Great job just flashing around to these freshmen. There's the freshman in goal, Michigan State. Michelle Herring, but by the way, Michelle Herring, remember, she came off in this game with an injury. Looked to be laboring the entire time, so interesting to see her back in there.
And I think that captain armband switch is because Masellam must have been taken off the field. She was limping a little bit towards the end of that first overtime, but I think that's why Maddie Duncan probably has the armband on right now, is because Masellam's no longer in the game.
Maddie Duncan, a junior from Danville, California. So here we go, second overtime. Same deal as the first overtime. You score, you win, and you start the Big Ten Conference season 1-0. Again, 39 shots in this one. .26 fouls, which we've also seen some yellow cards, but there have also been times where the referee has absolutely let these two teams play.
It's been a physical battle all game long. Like we talked about in that first overtime period, he lost a little bit of control, started to get it back with a couple of yellow cards that he showed.
Clark
is so good at finding different pockets, slipping balls in, breaking lines with some nice penetrating passes. She's been big time for Purdue today on both sides of the ball. There's Masellam. She's still on the field, which is big for Purdue's back line. You need experience when it comes to these overtime situations.
Boy, Haas came in there hard, but referee said she got ball first. That was a hard tackle coming in there against Sam Sklarski.
Here's that play. Haas comes sliding in. She gets ball, but she slides through that player. I'm a little surprised the play was allowed to go on. You're somewhat defenseless at that point when somebody's coming at your legs with their whole body, but tough by Sklarski to get up and continue to play.
Purdue trying to win it here at home. Their last double overtime win came at Indiana back in 2009, the last time they had a winning season before last year. Or a 10-win season, rather, before last year. They had a winning season in Drew Roth's first year, just the fourth year now for Coach Roth. Shot right to Ott.
Great play by Stefan to get that ball down. You typically see just a flick on the ball from your head, but takes that out of the air, gets it down.
She put a pretty good ball into Evans, who I think may have been fouled. She definitely took a shot. Not sure if it was to the head or, boy, you can just see the toll that this game has put on this youngster.
When you are as competitive as Evans is.
Side of the face.
Walsh goes up for that ball, catches Evans with her left shoulder. Nothing malicious. Evans just doesn't really see her coming, kind of gets blindsided.
That shot right there, the emotion, the amount of work that Evans has put into this game. You can feel it. Here's the thing, though. She can't re-enter. So that's going to hurt Michigan State.
It's a big loss up top for Michigan State. But at the same time, you get a fresh pair of legs up top. And with Michigan State's style, if they're sending in a direct ball over the top, you've got a fresh pair coming at two center backs who have played 100-plus minutes at this point.
That's a tough break, though.
Huge.
Evans, yeah.
Huge for them. She provides so much energy, huge spark up top. She's had some great chemistry and rhythm with Stefan in the middle. Those two are really starting to play well together.
Yeah, so now Stefan's got to look twice, right? Because before she knew that Evans could find it, so we'll see if Tanner can be that answer, or maybe Stefan will do it herself. Danny Stefan with it. Gets it on her left foot. She'll push it out wide. Fighting for it there was Alexandra Thomas. 6 minutes remaining here in the second overtime. Purdue has had some thrillers this year. Late game heroics. Shot from distance, too high.
Patrick is just so hard to get the ball off of. She's so quick with her feet. You almost feel like you've got it at one point, and then her leg just gets in there and she's by you. She finds this little touch. You think they're going to get it again, and then she slots that ball in. She doesn't get a good body position over the ball, and it sails over the crossbar.
So that is Tanner, who is in for Evans. Tanner trying to deal with that pass from Hannah Jones. So come all the way back. There's Stefan. She may try to do it herself here, Jackie Manny. Danny Stefan. See if she can get it back. There she is.
I'm impressed by the amount of ground that she's been able to cover after starting to cramp up at the end of the second half. She just does so well on both sides of the ball. Uses her body really well. She's strong.
Hannah Jones tracking back. 4:29 remaining in this one. Jack, you've been involved in the game for such a long time that you know the old story about ties in soccer, but I'm here to tell you that if this one ends in a tie, that might be the best thing, because I'd hate to see either one of these teams take a loss in their first game with how good they've played.
It really, I mean, we talked about how Purdue kind of got the better of the first half. Michigan State figured some things out, were able to get themselves back in and kind of establish themselves in the second half. So really, I totally agree. I think it's been a very even, well-played game. Like you said, you never want to end a game in a tie. It's so frustrating to end like that, but these two teams have played a really even game.
Here's the senior, Macellum. Fall to Roth. Off of it. One back by Michigan State. 3:25 remaining. Macellum again. Angled ball. Melky. Haas usually tries to find Clark. That's Clark. Haas will get it back. Haas with her right foot. Good ball. Still loose. Purdue are going to try to win it. Patrick on the turn.
Such a good step by Biondi there to keep that shot.
Clark back again. Right defensively, Biondi was there. Cleared out as Michigan State absorbing all kinds of pressure, and once again, it's Biondi.
Coach Saxton talked about how fearless she is as an outside back. She really embraces the physical part of the game. That's two big-time stops from her.
Shot goes all the way across.
Returning to Michigan State, number 6, Lindy Franks.
We think that Michigan State is looking for their first double overtime win on the road in program history. And they've got 2 minutes and change to do it. They'll bring the speedster Lydia Franks back on. Remember, there's no Cameron Evans to win it and drop it long to. She is out of the game for Coach Saxton. Right down the middle, Riley Ott, top of the 18. She'll have it. 90 seconds remaining here in the second overtime. You can see every ounce of energy being spent out there, both sides of the ball. Just an extra gear that time. Samantha White had to dig in to win it.
And like you just said, I mean, both teams are just leaving absolutely everything out on the field tonight. One team might not come out with a win, but at least coaches have that to be proud and impressed from their team today.
Purdue has had more of the play here, particularly since Evans has left. Spartans, though, as I say that, will boom it long. Tanner to try to get to it. Cleared out of there by Grace Walsh. Throw in for Michigan State. Down in their offensive third. They can get it inside the 18. And here it goes. Black jerseys there, though.
Got Kovacs all the way up on the field. They're just pressing as many numbers forward as they can get right now.
Final seconds, though, ticking away. Michigan State will bomb it forward one more time. But as that rolls away, what a game here. 110 minutes, and we've got a tie. Michigan State and Purdue 2-2.
Great start to the season for both of these teams. I think it was a fun game to watch. Total all-out battle from both sides. I think it was a very fair ending to this game between Purdue and Michigan State.
Kylie Haas with the equalizer. There's Patrick straight all over the field. Came in talking about the baby boilers, but it was this youngster, the freshman Cameron Evans, with her third brace of the season.
And a disappointing ending to that match. Had to get taken off. Couldn't finish the game. But huge upside in terms of her potential for Michigan State.
Great game. It's going to be a bright season for both these teams. Once again, our final score from West Lafayette. The Michigan State Spartans 2 and the Purdue Boilermakers 2. Coming up next, it's Big Ten football and beyond. For Jackie Manny and our entire BTN crew, enjoyed being with you for some breakout performances from Evans for Michigan State and Haas for Purdue. Once again, your final score 2-2. For Jackie, I'm Dean saying good night from West Lafayette, 2-2, your final score.